Good evening, Patriots, and welcome back to another episode of Mason Cable News. I'm your host, Sydney Johnson.
And I'm Jalaa Brown. Coming up in this episode of Mason Cable News, a new outdoor stage at Mason, who's performing and how you can get tickets.
And are you ready for graduation? We have new details and more.
Plus, we now have news on Mason's vaccination plan. Stay tuned to find when you might be able to receive the vaccine.
First, though, we have some exciting events that you might be interested in right after this.
Looking for an event to get you outside? This Saturday, April 10th, PAC is hosting a drive-in movie. The movie will be playing in Lot K and the event will be from 8 to 10 p.m. The movie will be showing is The Cruz, A New Age. Registration can be found on Mason 360. Make sure to sign up early because spots are limited.
Did you know this week is International Week at Mason? While we won't be having the massive in-person dance competition like usual, on Friday, Student Involvement is hosting a viewing party to watch this year's dances on screen. The viewing party will be at Mason Pond, but you can also participate virtually as well. The doors will open at 7 p.m. and the viewing will begin at 8 p.m. Free food and iWeek t-shirts will be given to attendees. Head on over to Mason 360 to register. And if you can't make either of these events, make sure to check out our YouTube channel on Friday night to see the performances there.
Are you a graduate student who might be feeling some burnout this semester? You're not alone in this feel, and we may have the event to help you out. On Monday, April 12th, Graduate Student Life and Counseling and Psychological Services are hosting a virtual workshop for graduate students on coping with burnout. As a grad student, this workshop will be from 1 to 1:50 p.m. Registration can be found on Mason 360.
Interested in housing? On Thursday, April 15th, Contemporary Student Services is hosting a grab-and-go event for Fair Housing Month. This event will be from 12 to 3 p.m. and will be at the Corner Pocket in the Hub. More information and registration can be found on Mason 360.
Do you find library confusing and you know all the resources you have available to you? On Saturday, April 10th from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m., University Libraries is hosting a virtual workshop to help students navigate the university's library online, resources and services that will help you complete assignments and conduct research. Registration can be found on Mason 360. We will now turn it over to Stone Mueller for a look at some exciting things to do in the area. Stone?
Hello, Patriots. I hope that you're enjoying the nice weather we are having today. Here are some fun things you can do both indoors and outdoors. If you are into baking, you can bake your favorite spring treats, such as cookies, a cake decorated with icing and sprinkles, or some nice brownies. Throughout the month of April, GMU will be hosting a variety of events that will be both virtual and in person. Be sure to check out Mason 360 for a list of events that you can participate in. On April 23rd and 24th, Mason will be holding their longest running tradition, Mason Day. Students will be able to enjoy local foods and treats, fun games, and activities, and have a chance to win some great prizes. There will also be performances all day long, followed by a headliner concert at night. Registration is required to attend Mason Day. To find out more information and to register, go to si.gmu.edu/Mason Day. It's an event that you won't want to miss. That's all for me this week, Patriots. Back to you all.
Thanks, Stone. Speaking of fun events, you might have noticed increased activity around Mason Pond recently. This is all because of some exciting outdoor concerts and events that are coming up very soon. The Center for the Arts will be featuring physically distanced seating areas at their outdoor stage and will be having performances from a wide variety of talent, including the Barclay Brass, Collision of Rhythm, and the Mason Jazz faculty. These are not the only events though. You can also look forward to some exciting showcases from the School of Theater and shows from PAC featuring comedian Azim. The pods will be featured to a maximum of 4 people and masks must be worn at all times. If you're interested in attending any of these events, make sure to check out cfa.gmu.edu for more information and act quickly as spots are limited. We will now turn it over to our weatherman, Jack Dunne. Jack, how's the weather looking this week?
Good evening, Mason. The weather's looking okay this week. Hope you guys had a good Thursday. Today was warm, although not quite as hot as yesterday when we saw temperatures in the low 80s. Today's high was in the low 70s. As for tonight, we are expected to get a little bit of rain. Tomorrow will be cloudy with a 30% chance of a sprinkle in the morning. The high is expected to be 63 degrees. Saturday will be another warm day with a high in the mid 70s and a chance of an isolated thunderstorm later in the day, but otherwise mostly cloudy. We should get a little bit of rain Saturday night. Sunday will be the warmest day of the week with a high in the upper 70s. It will be cloudy with the chance of afternoon thunderstorms, only a 50% chance. Monday will be sunny with a high in the mid 70s, and Tuesday will be partly cloudy with a high around 70 degrees. Wednesday will also be partly cloudy and the high will be 64 degrees. That's all for me this week, and make sure you guys have that umbrella ready for this weekend. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jack. Last week, we talked about Mason's plans for an in-person graduation ceremony with 2 possible options presenting themselves: the Patriot Procession and mini ceremonies. We now have news for exactly when each of these events will be happening and for what the differences are between the two. To break it down, the mini ceremony is a seated event where the procession is a walk. If you are looking for speeches, the mini ceremony is right for you. If you have a large group, consider the procession, as the cap is 8 guests versus 3 at the ceremony. Finally, graduation regalia is required for the mini ceremony, but is optional for the procession.
Ceremonies on May 10th, the College of Science Carter School for Peace and Conflict Analysis and the College of Education and Human Development will be going.
On Tuesday, the College of Humanities and Social Sciences plus the SCAR School of Policy and Government have their turn.
On Wednesday, the ceremonies will be for the Vollnow School of Engineering and the College of Visual and Performing Arts.
On Thursday, the College of Health and Human Services and the School of Business will take place.
Finally, on Friday, all 2020 undergraduate and graduate students will have their chance for a ceremony. If you would like to register for either the procession or a mini ceremony, you have until April 16th to do so. Make sure to check your email for the link.
Moving on from graduation, this week, Mason students and faculty received an exciting email regarding the COVID-19 vaccine. Starting with faculty and staff and including student wage workers, appointments can be scheduled to receive the first dose of the vaccine at Eagle Bank Arena starting this Saturday. They are expecting to be administering the Pfizer variant of the vaccine. The appointments are on a first-served basis, but Mason is hoping to accommodate all staff in just 2 days. An appointment must be scheduled though, so make sure to watch your email for a link to sign up. Students will be invited to receive the vaccine a bit later this month, with the end goal of offering a vaccine to all students who wanted to release soon for the student timeline.
Moving on to Mason sports, big news came from the women's basketball program with the new head coach being announced. With news on this and more, we will now turn it over to our sports reporter, Oscar Elevar, with the inside scoop. Oscar?
Hey everyone, it's that time again for the Mason Sports Recap. Mason Nation, welcome Vanessa Blair-Lewis as your new women's basketball head coach. She was announced this week as the 9th head coach in program history, previously working at Bethune-Cookman for 13 years. She led the Wildcats to the 2019 NCAA tournament, a first in their program's history. She earned herself MEAC Coach of the Year on 4 occasions and boasts a 58.3% win record. She took over the program from a rebuild and had the Wildcats compete for one MEAC championship, along with 5 playoff appearances, 4 regular season titles, and 4 21-win seasons. Welcome to Fairfax, Coach. Men's volleyball traded blows with Penn State last weekend as Mason took the second game on senior night in 5 sets. They downed their conference rival thanks to the efforts of seniors Hayden Wagner with his season-high 21 kills, Luis Velez with his career-high 46 assists, as well as Sam Greenslate's 12 and Brad Creamer's 11 kills. Not a bad way to say your goodbyes at Eagle Bank Arena. They will finish the regular season when they travel to New Jersey when they play the NJIT Highlanders. Track and field had a successful weekend at the Colonial Relays. Kiana Stallworth and Micah Harris earned themselves A10 honors as Women's Field Performer of the Week and Rookie of the Week respectively. Stallworth won the women's long jump at a personal best of 6 meters, while Harris won the 800-meter run with a personal best of 1 minute 51 seconds. Mason will host the Mason Spring Invitational on Sunday, the 11th. The baseball team improved to 7-12 after winning 3 out of the 4 games over the weekend at Spuler Field against St. Bonaventure. This weekend, they will host the St. Bonaventure Billikens in 4 games through the weekend. That's going to do it for this week. Catch you on the next one, Patriots.
Thanks, Oscar. With us having continuous classes this semester with no scheduled breaks, many students are starting to feel burnt out. Just one look on one of the many online Mason student groups, and you will see post after post talking about the lack of spring break and how many students are struggling this semester. Jalaa, how are you doing this semester, and has the lack of spring break impacted you at all?
I'm stressed, to say the least. It has definitely impacted me a lot. I think that we definitely needed a spring break or just a couple days off in this semester. Maybe 2 days off in the beginning of the semester and maybe 2 days off at the end of the semester because it's a lot of work. I know college is hard. It's always going to be hard for everyone, but I mean, we just need a break because it's constant. The teachers are, and it feels like it's more work. I don't know if that's just because we don't have spring break, but it feels like it's more work than fall semester. How about you, Sydney?
I completely agree. I feel as though that the pace that usually is displayed during spring semester is a lot more faster, and because of that, since we were not given a break, it caused students to feel more stressed because they did feel like they were running out of time to gather themselves after coming back from winter break, but as well it didn't allow them to have space to prepare and as well to give themselves time in order to organize themselves for the next spring semester, which was this one in particular. So not giving us that break really set a lot of students back because they were not able to prepare and to organize they themselves and as well the work that they were going to be getting themselves into for spring semester.
Many students are burnt out, but I know one way I deal with burnout, and the first thing you have to do is recognize that you have burnout. You need to be like, okay, I need to slow down. And I would say some tips, something I do is I take my Fridays off. I don't have any classes on Friday. I don't know if other people have that, but I do not do any work Friday. Just pick one day out of, maybe it's the weekend, just not do anything. Watch Netflix, anything. Do you have any tips, Sydney?
Yes, for physical activity, I love to do yoga and meditation. I feel that it enables people in order to physically breathe, but as well have a mental headspace where they don't think about anything else but they themselves and the space that they are currently in. I feel as though doing meditation this semester, since we didn't have a break, really helped me feel grounded whenever I felt I was stressed out from the week, when I got too much work, or I wasn't really that prepared for a test, even though I had previously studied because I didn't get the break that I really wanted. But I really feel as though meditation and yoga really helps me stay grounded.
I'm going to try that tomorrow on
Yes,
my day off to
highly
meditate.
recommend. Highly recommend. It's like the best way to enable yourself to feel really at ease and like in the moment where you are right now.
Just to unwind.
Yes, 100% agree. And with that, Mason, thank you for tuning in tonight, Patriots. You can keep up with news on and off campus if you follow us on Instagram at MCN on TV, on Twitter, and Facebook at Mason Cable Network. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Sydney Johnson.
And I'm Jalaa Brown. Have an amazing weekend, Patriots.